Yo, let's do some energy work. So I was just talking to spirit and things of that nature, and I'm gonna go ahead and I was doing the work. So it was on my eye, and then it sorts and it hits like yes to let me know it's done. Did my throat. I gotta go back to my throat just to make sure that it was a yes. But when I was right about here in this area, it said it was swinging no. So I asked, is there something wrong with this area? And then it swung yes, and I double checked with spirit just to make sure that this was something that I should record. But this is what energy work is, and doing it yourself. I guess I'm not great at posting things, but the whole point of me posting, me doing energy work is to show there's so many different ways to do it, and I naturally do it different ways based on whatever. And two, it's not all woo ha you hoo, like it's everyday fucking life. I'm watching TV and I'm doing this because I just do. For me, it's every fucking day. It's my life. It's my every being. And I've had to learn how to maneuver like that in a world that doesn't necessarily make that something normal. To be extremely connected and aware and balanced enough to understand that there is a human reality and a spiritual one, and wanting to blend them, because when you try to blend them and merge them, which is, if you're watching me, it's probably because you're in this pathway, it's very hard, very hard. So I may not be at a restaurant doing this. I may just use my hands because the world makes me feel it as if pulling this out is crazy when it's not. It's just a tool, a resource, a skill in which I can use for me. Now, to get to it, I was just, all I did was ask Spirit through my pendulum, Spirit, to do some energy work. So if you could please, for the sake of me posting this video, is thank you. This is all it is. I had the TV on, but for the sake of this, I turned it off. Mm. You're giving me a yes this time. Does that mean that it's whatever was an issue has been settled? Can you give me a bigger yes? If it's a yes. No. So it hasn't been settled. Okay. Then don't be signing yes like it was settled. All right. So if it hasn't been settled, do I need to put some energy work on it? Can you give me a bigger yes if it's a yes? Thank you. All right. Is what I'm doing enough energy, or do I need to apply more? Sorry. Is what I'm doing enough energy? More up. Are we working on my heart? Ah, okay. Am I done? No. Yes. Thank you. Can we move down to the area that was questioned? If it's a yes, can I get a bigger yes? Thank you. So I will say that prior to putting on the video camera, my connection with spirit was a lot more. There were a lot more doors open, you could say, more energy coming through, which always happens, and I'm not sure, which is why I always get fucking nervous when I post or do things. It's like, why are you getting shy? Probably because I am. I get very closed off or uncertain, so that makes sense that the doors and access is available to me that I have open at all fucking times of the fucking day shrink up like goddamn. I was gonna say something that first came to mind, but we're just gonna say like a desert, like pouring water in a desert. Just dries that up. All right, back in the area that was the issue. Okay, I'm not sure what the issue was. So, do I just need to apply energy? Okay, got it. Are we good for what we wanted to do? Okay. Should we go lower? Need your work, please. Again. We're done? Okay. So, I'm not hung up on chakras, call them what you want to call them. I use it for identifying purposes. But the thing is that we store energy in a lot of different places. And eventually I will do energy work regarding um, working on those places for you. I've had people store them in their arms, this area here, shoulders, knees. Knees. A lot of energy is actually stored inside your knees. It really depends, and I can do a separate video of like really going into the work and specifically doing the energy work for the knees and the energy that we carry there. But for this sake, I know that I hold energy everywhere. It's my fiber, my being. But in major joint areas is where we tend to hold a lot of our energy in terms of how our etheric body connects with our physical. When we hold too much in etherically, it then goes into the physical. And where we hold it usually within the physical tend to be joints. Veins are usually flowing, so they never stay in that area. But if you happen to have like bad veins, then probably more than likely the walls or the cellular structure is where you hold your trauma, your pain, your shame, your guilt, your worry, your things that you probably have no clue about. Um, so knee. I know that I hold mine in my knees, other places, but just example. Um, so we're gonna go ahead and do energy work there, please. And this is it. You could be eating. I mean, that might be a little complicated. But we could be eating or, again, watching TV. Energy work doesn't have to be complicated. Doing work for yourself and using the tools and resources. Even people who carry stones with them when they go outside. Sometimes you're having a bad fucking day and you do not have the wherewithal to do the energy work for yourself or the funds or the people around you to be able to get it done for you. Throw a rock in your sock while you're laying down or your pocket, whatever is more comfortable for you. I don't know why it says sock. So somebody, I'm getting the vibe that somebody should do that. Somebody should stick it to my right side is what I'm feeling. So in this area, right about here. Yeah, right about here. Somebody probably should put a stone there. I was thinking of a sunstone, but I was thinking about that as an example for why one time I don't usually use stones because I'm not like a crystal person. None of this. It's all intuition based. It's all feeling. And I was having just the reason doesn't matter. But I went to a store, grabbed some stones, had no clue what they were for. I just grabbed them and it helped. But the fact that I thought of a sunstone, I'll just throw that out there. Maybe a sunstone and place it in an area that I showed. I'm also getting the vibe that I probably should do some energy work here because whoever is watching this that I gave that thing to probably needs it too. And as I said, the energy work that I do is I do it for me, with the application that it's dimensional. It's dimensional. If I'm doing it for me and you're watching it, because the energy will also play a part in you. Now, again, I'll be a little bit more poignant when I do real energy work than when I'm tapping into a lot of other energies. But if you're watching me and you've made it to a point of 10 minutes, whether you skipped or didn't skip, good for you either way, because I skip to the parts that matter. And even if I don't know what parts that matter, I know that if I skipped to it, it matters. So keeping that in mind. Yeah, vibe, you get foot pain, or it's not even that you get foot pain, but I'm feeling a numbness. I'm feeling like in my foot, like just this sensation. It's not the bottom of my feet, it's more on the sides and up kind of in this area, up through the ankle, I suppose. I don't know much about feet to be able to be, given medical terms and shit, but fasciitis, I don't even know what the fuck that is, but I felt like saying it. Hey, mete. Okay. So, whatever this is, though, out of all the parts of my body, I would say that this has taken the most energy work. So, it definitely means that I am doing this with the intention of someone getting something out of it. So, I hope you do. It's not my business if you don't, but it's all a part of something. All right, it looks like we are done, which is great because the holdiness is starting to get in my neck and my shoulder. I probably should learn how to hold a pendulum better because usually that's my key to stop is when my arms has to get a little tired. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I am out to shape, and my arms don't get no exercise like that. All right, I hope this benefited you. You got something out of it. And I really like this video because I'm in a calmer state of energy. When I'm really, really nervous, I become extremely masculine. And that shows in the way that I talk. So, yay!